There are currently 37 Clash Royale evolutions, but you can only fit 2 evolutions in your deck. So today I'll be ranking every evolution from worst to best so that you know which ones to choose. And in 38th place, we're gonna have the Evolution Bats. Evolution Bats simply haven't been scary for a very long time. Yes, they have extra health, but look, that's not gonna make it a super scary evolution to go up against. In 37th place, we're going to have the Evolution Drill. I honestly believe the Evolution Drill is worse than the regular drill. You want these goblins to spawn right in front of your opponent's tower, and this is where the regular drill shines. The Evolution Drill, it spawns in the front and on the side, and at some point it just becomes too easy to counter for your opponents, which is why it's going to be in 37th place. In 36th place, we're going to have the Evolution Archers. They really aren't that scary. You can arrow them, and also, yeah, they do extra damage from afar, but honestly, it's pretty easy to counter them, to work around them. I honestly feel like they're a waste of evolution slot. Even in Expo decks, it's much better to have that Evolution Tesla, that Evolution Ice Spirit to better accompany your main win condition. In 35th place, we're going to have the Evolution Battle Ram, which actually recently got nerfed. Now its charge time takes a little longer, and honestly, I don't think it's a very scary evolution to go up against. Yeah, it might be a little bit when you pair it up with a P.E.K.K.A or a big tank, but honestly, it's very easy to deal against, which is why it'll be in 35th place. In 34th place, we're going to have the Evolution Bomber. Look, I just feel like Evolution Bomber is so difficult to get value of, and you can also get your opponent's King Tower activated. Not worth the risk, and I don't like using the Bomber. Evolution Barbarians. Honestly, they provide a lot of value. Yes, they don't die to Fireball. Yes. But I mean, it's just regular juiced up Barbarians. What are you gonna do about that? Next up, we've got the Skeletons. Yeah, they can catch your opponent off guard and completely counter one of your opponent's push. But they recently got nerfed, and it just feels like more and more it's not a super relevant evolution slot to use the Skeletons with. In 35th place, we're going to have the Evolution Executioner. Look, very versatile and very solid on defense, but it kind of just lacks a punch. It lacks that oomph that some evolutions have, which is why it'll be ranked pretty low in this tier list. Next up, we've got the Evolution Wizard, which has a shield. It boops away any enemies, yes. But is that going to get you out of a big pickle? Is that going to make or break the game? No. In 29th place, we're going to have the Evolution Inferno Dragon. Now, when that laser beam starts cooking, yes, it shreds through tanks. But it's just not a huge threat on the board. You can easily deal against it, and it's going to get you out of one situation, but twice, your opponent's kind of going to expect it. In 28th place, we're going to have the Evolution Hunter. Now, ever since Clash Royale removed that ability to perma-stun a troop, to perma-lock a troop with the Evolution Hunter, I've just not felt that Evolution Hunter was providing me a lot of value, and I'm going to be putting him in 28th place. Next up, we've got the Evolution Musketeer, which is a very high skill cap evolution. You really have to perfectly time, perfectly place your evolution to get the most out of it. And sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's 2 cycles for a 4 elixir support troop, which is not easy to cycle and get a lot of value of. In 26th place, we're going to have the Evolution Lumberjack, which if he ever gets onto your tower and you don't really have any troops to block, any NATO to pull him away from that rage, he's going to deal massive damage to your opponent's tower. Next up, we've got the latest evolution added to Clash Royale, which is the Skeleton Army. Look, yes, the general protects the Skeleton Army if he doesn't get killed, but it's pretty easy if you have any splash or any decent spell that can take care of that on offense. People split it, and it can get tricky, but it's not super powerful. In 24th place, we're going to have the Evolution Cage, which can take out your opponent's main tank out of the equation so that you can easily take care of these support troops. It's only 1 cycle, 4 elixir, 1 cycle card, which makes it really unique. Very low risk, high reward evolution to place down. Next up, we're going to have the Evolution Dark Goblin, aka David Goggins. This guy, he's gotten a recent nerf to his hit speed, which, makes him a little bit weaker, I believe, and a little less overwhelming than he used to be. Electro Dragon. That's one of those troops that you play it once and it completely wipes out your opponent's push. I've used it It has gotten me out of so many situations. It is virtually a get out of jail free card. Really enjoy playing the Electro Dragon. Next up, we've got everybody's favorite mid-ladder menace, Mr. Evolution Mega Knight. Look, the fact that it can boop away Hog Riders, it can boop away even golems, it can boop away anything, that is super strong, and it's very, very difficult to deal with on offense. And it's very difficult to deal with once that Mega Knight starts booping your troops into your tower, so he starts splashing onto your troops and the tower. It gets messy. 20th place, we're going to have the Evolution Zap, which I believe is going to be a very solid spell in what we're approaching to be looking like a bait meta with Skarmy, with a lot of bait. And it's a very valuable, very solid. It's always going to get value somehow, some way, getting that double stun onto your opponent's troops, your opponent's towers. Evolution Snowball. Talking about another card that can get you out of a hairy situation. Putting that snowball down can really catch your opponent off guard, mess up their defense, and it always either provides you a lot of value on offense, boop, pulling away your opponent's troop, or on defense, kind of bringing back everybody and giving you an extra 15-20 seconds to deal against your opponent's troops. Big Mama P.E.K.K.A. Now, the reason why I put it, around the middle of this tier list is because of the Royal Chef's nerf. One of the greatest synergies with the Royal Chef was those big tanks like Big Mama P.E.K.K.A, who used to slice and dice everybody, get a lot of health, and just start snowballing your opponents. That's no longer going to be the case, as the hit points of the Royal Chef have been significantly reduced, which is why Mrs. P.E.K.K.A, you're not going to be super, super OP now. And in the same basket, I'm going to be putting the Goblin Giant, which is going to be indirectly nerfed due to the Royal Chef's nerf, but he got like 3 or 4 nerfs in this latest balance changes. He had to be toned down, and this is why he's going to be in the middle of this tier list. In 16th place, we're going to have Mr. Ice Spirit, Mr. honestly super quick cycle, Mr. solid value, double freeze for 1 elixir. What more can you ask? It's very versatile on offense, on defense. Nothing much to say. It's a solid card, not super overwhelming, but you're always going to get a lot of value out of it. In 15th place, we're going to have Mr. Evolution Knight. Now, this might be one of those hot takes of this video, and maybe you guys are going to be destroying me in the comments, but honestly, for 3 elixir, Knight is a super versatile mini tank, and with the recent Valkyrie nerf, it's going to be a bit more viable, and also going to be that solid tank to hold down on defense or on offense with those graveyards. I think it's going to be a versatile mini evolution to have, which is why it's going to be in the 15th place. In 14th place, we're going to have the Evolution Witch. She was everywhere with those beatdown decks, with those golem decks. Those skeletons would not let her die. Now she's been a little bit toned down. Those skeletons will not heal her that much, but still a very solid troop in beatdown and other bait decks. Evolution Tesla, a very solid building. That shockwave can really shut down an opponent's push. It's also very useful with those Expo users, exactly as we see here in this preview. A very solid overall building to have in your deck. Evolution Baby Dragon. Now it's going to have 2 cycles, which thank God, it was getting way too much value for what it used to be. Now it's going to be more suited for beatdown decks, and I still think it's going to shine, provide a lot of value, speeding up that golem, speeding up that P.E.K.K.A, speeding up those princes, those battle rams. You're still going to be super, super strong, Mr. Baby Dragon. In 11th place, we're going to have the Royal Giant. Now, Royal Giant, it's one of those evolutions that's always had a decent win rate. It's always shined, even on the most competitive scenes. You always see the Royal Giant. It's a very oppressive, very strong win condition. That boop that can always knock back those melee troops really, really well and disrupt your defense or even your opponent's ability to handle it. And I really think it deserves that 11th spot. Now, breaking into the top 10, we're going to have the Furnace, which was probably the best evolution last season. Now it's a little bit faster, which means you're not going to be able to stack them up as easily as before, but still, you're basically going to get a Musketeer that spawns Fire Spirits, and that's pretty much ridiculously broken in itself. In 9th place, we're going to have the Evolution Royal Ghost. Now, when it's going to be released into the public, I really can't wait to see how it's going to evolve in the Clash Royale meta. But it just, every time it comes out of that ability, those two soldiers deal massive damage and then deal the same amount of damage at the Royal Ghost. So having triple Royal Ghost onto whatever your opponents throws at you, oof. Yes, they have 1 HP, but my god, is that going to be a threatening evolution to go up against. Now, another revolution that starts with Royal, it's the Royal Recruits. It is probably one of the lowest skill evolutions released in Clash Royale, which makes it really easy to get a lot of value out of, which makes it really easy to overwhelm your opponents with that split lane push, with those piggies, with that fly machine. And it's very, very difficult for an average player like myself to handle sometimes, which is why it's going to be where it's at. In 7th place, we're going to have probably the best defensive evolution building here, Mr. Evolution Cannon. It's recently got a little bit toned down because it was simply getting too much value for 3 elixir and a 2-cycle evolution, but still a very versatile defense to have, and you can even find some great combos as we see here in this preview by placing it at the bridge. Love it, use it. 6th place, we're going to have Mr. Evolution Mortar, and a beautiful offensive building to have. It hits really quickly, it spawns that goblin, and it can it just always overwhelms you at some point if you don't keep a check on these goblins spawning onto your tower. Breaking into the top 5, we're going to have Evolution Firecracker. My god, is it always getting value? What is going on, Supercell? Please nerf it again. It's always getting value. It's 3 elixir, 2 evolutions. You're going to cycle it like a crazy person, placing it anywhere at the bridge, and it's going to get to your opponent's tower. That should be nerfed, bro. I don't know. Fundamentally, Firecracker is just broken. In top 4, we're going to have Evolution Valkyrie. It got a little bit nerfed recently, but still going to be an MVP on defense, shutting down those beatdown pushes, and even a hog ride, and even anything that gets caught into that NATO. Boy, oh boy, is it going to be difficult. In 3rd place, we're going to have the Evolution Wall Breakers. They are going to fit really, really nicely into this sort of bait meta that we're approaching. For 2 elixir, you always have to take care of them. You can split them at the bridge and bait out more elixir from your opponent, or even bait out a small spell, which will allow you to go for these goblin barrels, these skeleton barrels, these skarmies. Ugh, it's going to be a nightmare. Speaking of barrels, we're going to have in top 2, Mr. Goblin Barrel. You're going to have 2 barrels here, always getting some sort of value, always baiting out those spells, which is, again, going to allow you to maneuver and play around with those that evolution skeleton army, that skeleton barrel, and that's going to bait out and get a lot of value consistently, very easy to use, which is why it's going to be top 2. And in 1st place, we're going to have the Evolution Skeleton Barrel. Again, I really believe we're going to be in a bait meta. This is ideally going to be the bread and butter. It is going to be extremely oppressive at the bridge, like so. It's literally a Skarmy dropping onto your opponent's tower. Look at this. It's just ridiculous to go up against. It is definitely going to bait out a spell again and make sure that you can get a lot of value out of those barrels, out of those princesses, and give you a lot of room to overwhelm your opponent. Thank you guys for watching this Evolution Rank tier list. If you guys disagree with anything, please let me know down below, and I'll happily debate all of you guys down in the comments. If you guys want to watch another video of mine, hey, I recommend you guys this one.